What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video on Forza 5 with a new car. I'm actually pretty happy about this thing because it, in my opinion, is one of the coolest Japanese cars ever. And you finally have it in this game. It is the Subaru SVX. And the way to get this thing, people that don't know, you go to your festival playlist, you get your 20 points this season. It's pretty easy. You just get it. Why is this cool? I mean, let's just have a look at it, man. It's just the weirdest, quirkiest little car going. Like, it just is. And I'm so happy that it's in this game. Like I said, I'm always a big advocate for adding weird, quirky, just random cars in this game. And just keep doing it, Forza. Honestly, keep doing it. I really liked the selection of cars that they added this, like, season. It was just fun, man. It was just fun. We hit from the 1J, from the Mark II to this car to the FTO as well. Like, it's just, they were just really cool and quirky cars, and this one is no exception. I mean, look at those windows. Look at the shape of it. Look at just everything. It just screams quirkiness. I feel like Doug DeMuro making this video right now, and I feel like I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like oozing over this. It's just a cool car. Like, it's just so strange. It is just a really, really cool car. So, Subaru SVX, there's not really a lot of information that I know about this thing, but I mean, it is a flat 6, which is cool. What is it, EJ30 maybe? I don't even know. I know that's about as much as I know about Subaru engines. I know that they're obviously flat engines, and I know their respective engine code is an EJ whatever, but I don't really know much more about them. But this thing, just how quirky and weird it is. Like, those windows look so weird, man. And the way the glass kind of curves into your roof. Please don't look at the boot. I want to look at the oh, actually, let me do this because I'll probably show it now. The way the glass just curves into the roof, it's just the weirdest thing in the world, and I love it. It's so strange. I absolutely love this thing. It just screams 90s as well. Everything about it just is so strange. It has the, like, integrated spoiler as well. Like, you have, like, the extended, like, upper boot lid, which kind of turns it into, like, a weird spoiler on top of a spoiler. It's just mad. It's just mad weird. And the way the line kind of ends there, and then the window comes, and then it starts again. It's just a weird car. It's just what it is. It's just a weird car. Like I said, I'm happy that it's in the game because of how strange and crazy it is. I feel like people in the comments of this video are probably going to let me know a lot more information about the Subaru SVX. I've known this car for a long time. I just haven't really done, like, a massive amount of research on it or anything like that, you know? I want to drive it, man. What are we working with, by the way? First of all, I just want to have a quick look at the stats. 230 horsepower, 309 newton meters of torque, and 1,624 kilos. 3.3 liter flat 6. Pretty cool. It should sound pretty interesting, right? I think these cars usually sound interesting, like the flat 6 engines from Subaru are pretty mad. The ones in the Legacies as well, they're like, oh, my volume's really low. Fantastic. If you hear pops in the background, wait, is the volume really low or is it just my volume? Oh, it's just my volume that's really low. Because I was wondering, like, what's going on? Cool. My volume's now turned up. I don't know if it's that interesting of a sound. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you hear pops and bangs and stuff like that in the background, I'm sorry. It's just, I have to stay with my window open because it's really, really, like, warm. For whatever reason, we're at the end of October and it's... Okay, I'm back. I was rudely interrupted by a bunch of things at the same time. What I was explaining to you lot is that it's really warm, so my window was open, so I decided to shut it now, but there's, like, loads of fireworks going off. I live in Ireland for whatever reason on October 31st, on Halloween. There's just a bunch of fireworks that go off. I don't know, it's just what they do. So if you hear bangs and pops and all that sort of stuff, it's just fireworks. Next up, then, the game crashed. I don't know why. What the deal is with the game crashing nowadays. It's from, obviously, the most recent update, so I genuinely don't know why it's crashing so much. Before you say update your drivers, they have been updated and it's still crashing, so I don't know. Maybe it's just something with the update. It doesn't like it on my PCs. Hopefully the next one they'll be able to fix it so it stops crashing. 4-speed as standard. It's a very interesting sound. It kind of a little bit wants to sound like an inline 6, but it's not. It's like a mix of a weird inline six and a like a screaming like Porsche flat six. You know what I mean? Like from the interior, it sounds a lot more like a Porsche. From the exterior, it sounds a little bit like, you know, the typical Forza like inline six. But the interior sound is actually quite nice. It's crazy that this thing has a flat six, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it means, right? The H6. Pretty sure that it is just a flat six, 3.3 liter. Let's do stuff to it. I want to try and make this thing scream. I want to make this thing just sound unbelievable. Hopefully the game doesn't crash whilst we're doing this. And also, we get to see what sort of other options we have. So, no, it's kind of cool that we could put an actual Porsche engine in this thing. It is naturally aspirated, so we could possibly just leave it naturally aspirated and have it just absolute scream. Hopefully we can get it to scream really loudly with some exhaust upgrades. I'll give it some race tires. We'll try and build this thing for a little bit of road use. I'm gonna try and make it look a little bit better, but at the same time, I don't want to really like rice this thing out or anything like that. I kind of still want to pick like maybe some nice wheels, maybe something like this, you know, something simple. I don't really want to go too crazy with the wheels. I don't want to make it look too like out there and extreme. Like I'm not going to put like Vorsteiners on an SVX. I feel like it just will end up ruining it so much. Maybe some work wheels would work well. I've made that joke before, so I'm not even gonna like. I was gonna say I've made that joke before. I'm not even gonna acknowledge it, but I mean, saying that already acknowledges it. Yeah, maybe some 5 spokes. I don't know if a lot of dish is actually quite nice on this thing. Maybe. See, stuff like this is like so period correct. Like these ones. Oh, definitely not chrome. I kind of want to go with these. They just, for whatever reason, they... You know what it reminds me of? Like these older, like, riced out cars. But they're not the ones, like the sex spec cars. But they're like the I guess, other ones that you just see on the road. Because usually the sex spec cars will have like a lot of chrome and stuff like that. So, yeah, maybe we'll go with these. Maybe we'll go with these. We'll go a little bit bigger as well. We can put some 18s on it. I think 18s would look... 18s kind of don't look that bad. I think maybe with the track width being that far out, it just looks a little bit dumb. But let's just do that for now and see what happens. I want to also lower this thing. Obviously better brakes and better suspension, but I think lowering this thing, especially with the race suspension... It's just such a, like I said, I'm trying to give it, or make it look at least like somewhat period correct. I was gonna say it. There's no way in hell that we're gonna be getting any sort of aftermarket upgradable options or anything on this car. It's just not gonna happen. There's no way. I'm not even gonna put those parts on. You know what? I'm protesting in this video. I'm not putting on the ugly Forza parts. Screw it. We'll keep it like this with no Forza parts. Alright, let's try and make this thing absolutely scream. See if we can get this thing to sound like a Porsche. Not really though, is it? This one kind of has like a little bit of a twang of like being like... It just doesn't... It's not a high revving engine either. So I need to change cams. What are we looking at now? See, that's better. It still doesn't sound great. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they kind of missed the mark. Maybe just the car in general just doesn't sound that great, but... Yeah, well... We built it up to 530 horsepower, 602 newton meters of torque. It is all-wheel drive as standard, and let's just drive it. Let's just have a little bit of fun with it and see what happens. Maybe bring it up or down the mountain. Not like in the Golden Toga type of vibe, but just like a little bit of just fun having with it, if that makes sense. With the tune, what am I really gonna do with this thing? I mean, we don't really have a lot of power. It's all-wheel drive. I also don't have any aero, so I'm gonna need to try and work around that, but apart from that, it's mostly front wheel drive actually. Look at this. Weird. Very weird. Alright, what about paints? What are we looking at for paints for this thing? Anything interesting? Wow. Wow. That is an interesting one. Is this... I feel like I'm gonna probably sound like a proper nerd here, and it's probably not the right car, but is this car in GTA? I think this is a GTA car. Well, there is a car in GTA after this. Not in 5, though. I think it's San Andreas and maybe Vice City, but I think there is a car in San Andreas. Is it the Unos? Oh. I kind of want to look this up, or else I'm going to, like, hate myself if I don't look it up. I really want to try and look this up now. There is a car, and I swear it looks spot on. Or is it Euros? GTA, San Andreas. Oh, I was thinking of the Uranus. Oh. That is the car that I was thinking of. The Uranus in San Andreas. It's slightly different to this. It has a very similar overall shape, but it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. The shape is there, though. Overall, the shape is there. It doesn't have the windows or anything like that, and the backlights are slightly different. Headlights are very, very similar. Obviously, they're not connected in the center, but like I said, the overall shape of the car is very, very similar. Blue looks decent. I actually kind of want to go with the blue. It kind of stands out a little bit. All right, let's drive this thing. Let's see what it's like. Let's see if we can get it to scream at like 9,000 RPM or whatever we made it go up to. But I knew it, man. Back in the day when I used to play a lot of San Andreas, obviously, I definitely thought that this car was in it. And then I was looking at different cars and I was like, surely, like, one of these cars is it, right? Surely one of these cars in San Andreas right now that I was looking at is this car. And it just, yeah, it's just weird that it popped into my head like that, just out of the blue. All right, let's send it up the mountain here, see what it's like. Keep in mind again, no aero, and I feel like that's a massive thing because it might help it actually quite a lot at higher speeds, especially. I adjusted my tune slightly. There's nothing too crazy or anything that I've done with the tune, so it's just slightly adjusted, but I definitely made it a lot more rear bias as well instead of front bias like we had it before. It was basically almost, wasn't almost front wheel drive, but like the Lotus isn't actually that much faster than this, looking at it now. It's like a little bit faster. It does definitely sound a lot more like a Porsche now than the Subaru. I'm genuinely happy that this thing's in the game. You hear the transmission or the diff as well, just making noise. Oh my god, we got like a tiny little hint of oversteer as well, which is fantastic. I love it, I love it, I love it. Very nice. It's just an enjoyable car to drive, man. It just is. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people that are watching the video right now, you guys may be like, oh yeah, but, you know, what's the point of this thing? I'm not going to be driving it, you know? It's not a Lamborghini, you know? Why would I want this thing in the game? I think, I love it, man. I love when they add stuff like this to the game. It makes it so much more fun. Obviously, the kids and stuff like that nowadays, they probably just don't care for cars like these, but if you're a petrol head and you spot one of these on the road, you'll be like, holy shit, that's an SVX. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fairly rare car. It's not like as rare as is what we've had earlier in the series. A few interesting rare cars, but if you spot an SVX on the road, it's pretty damn rare nowadays. You know what they should add into the game? I don't know if any of you like will remember this guy. The Nissan 100 NX. Have a look at that. Google that if you haven't seen it. And the Mazda 323F. I want those cars in the game. And I want to be able to do dumb things to them. Put like a quad rotor in the Mazda. Let us put like a GTR engine in the Nissan. Just for a laugh. It's just so... Oh god, I'm hooning it. A little bit of cutting here and there, it's fine. Yeah, it's a little floaty, and I think the aero would have helped a lot with this car to not make it as floaty as it is now. But overall, it's actually not too bad to drive. I definitely thought it was going to be a lot worse without the aero, but it's actually not that bad. Obviously, nowhere near like any record breaking or anything. It's the middle of the class. It's 848. You know, if it was like 899 or 900, then I'd be like, oh yeah, this is crap. But it's the middle of the class, no aero on it. If you want to take it seriously and actually build this thing for something, definitely worth adding the aero. But I kind of just want to build this thing right now, just the way it is, just for fun, just to enjoy a little bit of a drive. Yeah, Super SVX is sick, man. I'm happy that they added this thing into the game. Let me know what you think down below in the old comments. And yeah, I mean, I think the next series is going to be interesting as well. With the cars that they're going to add, it's just this one with these 90s sports cars. I actually really loved. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.